What's going on, IW Universe? My name is the Mark Matt Graves, and I'm joined, like always, Tomas Devlin. How's it going, Tomas?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm ready for some good action, bro.
It's good to be back in IW headquarters. I miss this place.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. Man, we're going to jump into this one. This week, we are in Dallas, Texas, the American Airlines Center, 15,000 plus fans, and they were on their feet the whole night, weren't they, Tomas?
Oh, yes. There was a packed out crowd, reasonably distanced, you know what I mean? Respecting COVID rules and all that, but it's good to see it, man. Good to see it.
I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. Because like I said, this is your IW show. What better way to start it off but with the opening bout, championship match, Tomas? Let's get it cracking.
Oh yeah, let's get it on.
We're starting off tonight with a rematch, the North American Championship. We thought we was going to see it last week. We're going to see it this week. The Joshua McClain, the challenger, the unfiltered animal, member of the Wealth, Grant Miller, both making their way down to the ring. They're in the ring, and the ref's having a hard time here, Tomas, because he's trying to check the Joshua McClain for weapons, and Joshua's, forgive me for saying this, he's tickling the ref. He's joking around with the ref, and all of a sudden, believe it or not, while he's got the ref distracted, who should come out from underneath the ring but the one and only Rocky T. Rocky T coming out from underneath the ring with a surprise attack. He gets up on the apron. He spins Unfiltered Animal around, and with what looks like a handful of Las Vegas silver dollars, cold clocks Unfiltered Animal right between the eyes, blood spewing everywhere, knocked him unconscious. As Rocky walks back up to the ramp, the Joshua McClain pushes the ref out of the way, and then he picks up Unfiltered Animal and hits the bull hammer for the 1, 2, and the easy 3. Just that quick, and he picks up the victory and the North American Championship, which he really doesn't care about, but he takes his hand. I found this very kind of disturbing. He takes his hand and rakes it across Grant's face, full of blood, smears it all over his newly won North American Championship, as we see Rocky T up at the top of the ramp pointing, saying, I told you I don't forget. I always remember. And basically we had to cut to a commercial because Josh McClain grabbed Lucille and was on his way to doing something very unholy, no pun intended, to the referee.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on this, Tomas?
Definitely some mind games played by the Black and Blue crew. This ain't over by a long shot, and you know full well that the Unfiltered Animal and the Wealth are going to be super pissed. We're on to a 10-man extreme battle royale. Tables, thumbtacks, barbed wire surround. Oh my! This sort of match would make New Jack smile. May God rest his soul, or the devil.
Too soon.
Or Matthew Mullins. But anyway, yeah, it was just chaos, bro. Just chaos with barbed wire and tables, and everyone was covered in blood, man. There was not one person that was not covered in blood. And, you know, Orlando Simpson hit the Orlando Slam onto Kevin Zane, and he eliminated him, and Billy Gore eliminated Mr. Crowley with the Gore Storm. This is crazy, man. Kenzo Blackheart eliminated Raven Trueblood with the devil's elbow or something like that. And Ricky Sabbath, the outlaw Ricky Sabbath from the Black and Blue crew, he was laying waste. He was like the little engine that could, man. That man was on fire, and he took out Johnny Rotten. He took out Orlando Simpson. It came down to Billy Gore, Corruption Killer, and Kenzo Blackheart, and they all went at it. And Kenzo Blackheart took out the very determined Corruption Killer. Gore took out uh, Kenzo Blackheart with the Gore Storm, and then Ricky Saville took out the chosen one, Mike Davis, and it was down to Gore and Sabbath. Sabbath managed to get the Gore with his finisher and he gets the 3 count, 1, 2, 3. Number 1 contender for the Hardcore Championship, the Outlaw Rick Sabbath.
Wow, I gotta say, Tomas. Looks like somebody showed the Outlaw how to motivate his life. But having said all that, let's go to match 3. We got Hell Undead. We got Southern Heart. 2 ladies that know each other very, very well. And right off the bat, in this 2-star match, these women beat the hell out of each other. They were going all over the ring. I mean, just a whirling dervish of just fists and kicks and just a fury of hell hath no woman like 2 women scorned.
Absolutely.
The match ended whenever Hell Undead picks up Southern Heart, sets her on the top turnbuckle. She gets on the second turnbuckle, going for a Huden Conrada. She tries to nail it. Southern Heart, with that strength, picks her back up, and a sit-down powerbomb off the top rope for the 1, 2, 3. Your winner, Southern Heart. And this was brutal. It was a short match, but it was brutal.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. These ladies, they were in. I really call them loosely ladies because like they fought like no tomorrow, man. They're just showing how it's done, just brutal. That finisher, the pile driver, devastating. That would end anyone's career. But we have the future Roy Cease taking on the Bruiser, the Collector,
the red hot Roy Cease.
Yeah. Oh yes, correction. The red hot Roy Cease taking on the Collector, the Bruiser, Spike. And Roy Cease was on fire. You know, he was determined. He was focused. He was, he wanted to make everything count. And to give Spike credit, he fought him. He hit the spiker on Roy, but he got an ear fall, several near falls. But like Roy just showcased why he's a top talent, and he put Spike away with his finisher, the cease bomb or cease and desist, and that was it. That was all she wrote. Roy Cease is your winner for this 3-star match. Pretty good.
Goodness, Tomas. I'll tell you, for a man who preaches to people about not going to hell, he surely doesn't mind bringing someone to hell with him. You know what I'm saying? The next match featured Doomsayer against the returning Ultimate antagonist, Tony Baloney. It's been a while since Tony's been in an IW ring. These two, the bell was off. These 2 guys were underway. Doomsayer with the early advantage, showing how powerful he truly is. But Tony Baloney, with his dirty tactics, raked to the eyes of Doomsayer. And then after that, it was Tony Baloney for a little while. Tony Baloney got the upper hand, and Doomsayer's starting to come back. But once again, a low blow while the ref's not looking by Tony Baloney. But right after that, Tomas, that's when the lights go out. The lights come back on, and Tony Baloney's looking around as if he's expecting somebody. Who he's expecting, I don't know. But he goes to lay into Doomsayer again, and the lights go out again. This time, lights come back on. Tony Baloney's looking out to the audience, but he doesn't look behind him, because behind him is the ultimate killing machine, the unholy icon, Darken Graves. He taps Tony Baloney on the shoulder. Tony turns around, and he gets decked unconscious with a world television title belt. As Tony lay there unconscious, Doomsayer looks up at Darken Graves. Darken Graves looks at Doomsayer and kind of gives him the nod. And Doomsayer picks up Tony Baloney, hits Welcome to the Strange for the 1, 2, 3. And an unconscious Tony Baloney lays out in the middle of the ring. As the camera pans to the ramp, look what happened. Darken Graves not only has his TV title, he grabbed Tony Baloney's TV title as well, as we see Darken Graves holding both TV titles above his head, and Darken Graves heads back to the dressing room. What do you think about that, Tomas?
Well, it's fair game, bro. I mean, he did to him, and it's just payback. You know what they say, man. Payback's a bitch. So,
It is.
but this ain't over for a long shot, man. This is gonna keep going.
It is.
And it's only gonna escalate.
So as if things could get any crazier, we go into the next match, which is a triple threat ladder match to determine the number one contender to the World Tag Team titles. We got Redemption, Shooter J and Bruno, going up against Chaos and Connolly, Invictus, and taking on the Wells, Thomas Marks and Adam Cage. And right off the bat, it seemed like these guys had an agenda against Shooter J and Bruno. I'll tell you, Tomas, I've seen a lot of stuff in the wrestling business today. Never have I seen something quite like what happened at the beginning of this match. We saw four guys taking on Redemption at first. I've never seen four ladders stacked on top of two guys as the other four guys all hit swanton bombs on top of the ladders. But they weren't done yet. Redemption was pulled outside of the ring, one stacked on top of the other on the announce table, as all four guys from the other teams, four times the leg drop onto the tables, crashing through Redemption. Redemption, Shooter J coughing up blood, Bruno twitching like he's having a seizure. The EMTs were called. By the time the EMTs got out there, they were completely unconscious. They were taken out of this match. So, but you know the old saying, Tomas, the show must go on. Thomas Marks and Adam Cage with Chaos and Chris Connolly, they battled like it was like Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys. They battled to the very end, and the very end, the bitter end, saw Adam Cage and Chris Connolly both on top of that ladder at the same time in one of those classic moments. But these guys, they wanted it so bad, they grabbed the contract at the same time and ripped it in half. Both men falling back down off the ladder, both men laying claim. We see officials coming out, and the head referee claims that both men got a piece of the contract, so they both have claim to that contract for the number one contendership to the iWrestling World Tag Team titles. But what a match. 4 stars. Match of the night.
Carnage. Absolute carnage. You best believe that both teams are gonna fight for who gets seized control of the full contract, as it was, because they both have half a piece. So it's gonna be interesting to see between Invictus and the Wealth how things escalate from there. Was where Paul was when I'm also to be ma Harold say had I been what's that it wasn't me yes it was not yes the other zero the last election is me get on it it's not more this it was we only get a version for me enough so behind you fast now fast now zeros the last election one
Oh, não vê absoluta que faz não vê desse né não é se tivesse o gasto dinheiro nas mãos das minhas ser vi ler fora ainda nisso né olha nesse aqui se não se tivesse o gasto dinheiro de ler o fora né hey não é né das minhas ser nem mir fora não isso é هذا هي وين بس وقعش remember so in the team bس اللي يشعروا والشيء يعني ويشرب سنة بريب بقى يشرب سنة ما تسوي يشرب وش هو شا لا شيء غير في السنة من اسمه يوم سيوان سامس نيمادون ينير من الناس ما كانوا اوفر كامبس فيركيس كارش اشتغل نير ده سلاجي سميو كيلت سلا وهرز ده بسبب Viet kan sier Merzagi the last is no name no the last you live fire sier man call it call it off it net on the cat name see the call it here's the six thing it's six there's actually no same so real we'll hug out so much net name singing on your stuff yeah some your rats me will Ifren was ja Sam nog het up the best we got Chiefs and very off it, boy. But I'm got you. I don't want. So, Tom, what's going on to the next match? And before we do that, if you wouldn't mind helping me out a little bit with the next couple matches, I'm worried about Redemption, and I want to talk to Sharon behind me here for a second and see if we got an update on their status.
Absolutely,
Because
absolutely.
it looked bad.
Yeah, it did. We have a match between Jack the Ripper and a veteran, Harley Zane. Now, Ripper pissed off and like a man possessed after his loss last week, and he's going to carry that in this match. And he, from the bell, he was the aggressor. He was laying into Harley Zane. He was chops, grapples, you name it. He was, the aggressor. But Harley Zane held her own, man. Being the wily veteran that she is, hit natural selection a few times for a few near falls. But ultimately, the rage of Ripper was the driving force and hit the death blow on Harley Zane. And as they say, it ain't over till the fat lady sings. Well, by fuck, the fat lady was singing soprano, because that was all she wrote. That was the 1, 2, 3, and Ripper was carrying his hand high for the victory in dominant fashion with the death blow. Your thoughts, Mr. Graves?
Congratulations to I'm sorry, Thomas. You go ahead.
We have a one-on-one match against Showtime, taking on the Human Horror Show, Zaki Monstar. And, on paper, this looked promising, man. It looks promising between these two great talents, but that wasn't the case. Showtime just outclassed Zaki Monstar, and it was just aggressive throughout the whole match. And he got him up. He managed to get the big man up to the top turnbuckle, got him set up, and hit that show business, that tombstone pile driver from the top rope. And it was 1, 2, 3. It was all she wrote. And, it was a 1-star match. And, as after the match happens, the referee had to throw the X sign up and the EMTs, because that was a mighty finisher that Zach took, and he could have concussions, so he was wheeled out. So that was the end of the match. Showtime wins against Zach Monstar.
Congratulations, Showtime.
Matt, any word on the conditions of Redemption?
Yes, Tomas. We've been in this business for a while, and whether you like a guy or hate a guy, you never want to see anything bad happen to them. It's not good. I just got off. Sharon got word from the local hospital here in Dallas. Both men are on ventilators as we speak. We want to wish the best of love, prayers, positive vibes go out to Shooter J and Bruno. It doesn't look good.
So we have a match against a former North American champion and Black and Blue Crew member, the EAP, taking on Faces of Fear member Douglas O'Shea in a very intense match between the two men. Both men just laid into each other. It was hard hitting, bro. It was just fists flying, grapples. Both men didn't give an inch, man. It was spectacular. Douglas O'Shea and EAP, both tough guys. And both stubborn guys too. Not giving a shit. But EAP, there was multiple near falls. EAP hit the Ghetto Blaster a few times for near falls, and Douglas O'Shea hit his finisher a few times for near falls. But ultimately, EAP got the better of Douglas O'Shea, and he got a massive Ghetto Blaster, granting him the win, the 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
EAP, man, gets the win over Douglas O'Shea in a 3-star match. That was good stuff, man.
I guess, Tomas, it looks like the rut still continues for the Faces of Fear.
But
where was Bully?
I don't know where Bully was. He was, but O'Shea held his own against EAP. So
He
and,
did.
and EAP didn't need any help from his crew members. So it was a good match. So
It was.
can't complain. So
You got to forgive me. I'm a little still choked up about hearing this
oh
news.
well. So any updates about Redemption on their condition?
I did just get an update that they are off the ventilator. They're both
Mhm.
breathing. They're both breathing on their own. They're in critical but stable condition. So that's
That's good.
awesome.
That's
Awesome to
good to
hear.
hear. Good to hear.
And now, Tomas, we move on to a David versus Goliath type match, and I got to be a little bit biased. I've been looking forward to this one. I'm sure
Mm.
you have. I'm sure you have too.
Well, any
We
match with Ethan Carnage is gonna be good.
Yeah, we got the up and comer, the red hot Wicked Sin DCE taking on the legend, the Hall of Famer. He's done it all. The Eater of Souls, Ethan Carnage. And I'll tell you what, this match, as soon as the bell rang, Wicked Sin, he tried his best to set the tempo, but Ethan Carnage wasn't having any of it. Ethan Carnage dominated 3/4 of this match.
Mm-hmm.
He hit him with the Karnakazi right at the very beginning of the match, but the Wicked Sin, he sat up and he spat right in Ethan Carnage's face.
No,
Who does that?
rookie move, just as bad as slapping him across the face. You don't do that.
Right.
And
So
Carnage see red, bro. He see
yeah,
red.
he did, and he mounted DCE and just hammer blows after hammer blows,
Oh,
picking him up by the hair, saying, "What are you looking at? What the fuck are you looking at, boy? Look at
Just-
me! Don't look at the camera. Look at me!" And
just
Carnage would dominate most of this match. He would finally get to a point where he was going to superplex DCE off the top rope, had him in position.
mm-hmm.
You'll never guess what happened, Tomas.
Oh, what happened?
You see, you know how when you're in a wrestling event and you see the crowd turning around, knowing someone's here, it gets a little bit louder. Up through the crowd comes Sweet Frankie P.
Jesus Christ.
Back in IW. I never thought we'd see him in IW again. And not only him, he brought some backup in the form of a beautiful pair of brass knucks.
24 karat.
Jumps on the apron, of course. Jumps on the apron, nails Ethan in the back of the head with those knucks, which set DC up. He's no fool. Set DC up for death from above, the move he calls, which is a pile driver off the top rope. Drove Carnage's neck through the canvas nearly. And get ready for this, Tomas. Hooked leg, 1, 2, 3. One of the biggest. One of, if not the biggest upset in IW history. The Wicked Sin DC picking up a pinfall victory over Ethan Carnage. But what does this say about Frankie Paul? I mean, is he a free agent? Is he signed here? I don't know. He came into the ring faster than the Argentine Air Force. I mean, he was first in goal all the way. I mean, in the words of the Bard, he was a prime. He was a prime customer for this match. What is his agenda with Ethan Carnage?
I have no idea.
What's that? I'm glad you said that, Tomas, because I believe we have somebody who does have an idea. Let's go to Sweet Frankie P.
Surprise, Ethan. As you can see, there's no crown, there's no wig. This ain't sweet. It's just Frank Paul. Ethan, for years, all I wanted to do was stand in the ring apart from you. To show that I got what it takes to be a legend in this business. But you, just like everyone else, never had time for Sweet Frankie P. Why? Because you and other so-called legends of IW, you knew I would take your spot. I would embarrass each and every one of you. Well, guess what, Ethan? I'm not asking anymore. See, I'm just taking. And the fact is, Ethan, what you witnessed tonight is just going to be a long story. And that is, not only am I better than you, I'm going to unleash more carnage in IW than you ever could.
Bro, Frankie P, Sweet Frankie P, making it clear that he's here with an agenda. he has ulterior motives. He just made a statement, and nobody knows what's going to happen next with Sweet Frankie P. And you best believe that Ethan Carnage is going to be pissed, and
What?
a pissed off Wolf is terrifying, bro.
Let me ask you this real quick, Tomas. What do you think is going through the mind of the Wicked Sin DCE right now? He's got to be on cloud 9.
Oh, that man's on cloud 9. Not many superstars have the luxury of beating a guy like Ethan Carnage. It takes somebody truly great to beat someone like Ethan Carnage, and I reckon we have a rising star in the making. So
I would say he's up at the top of the list now.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Congratulations to DCE fans. Are you loving this action? Are you loving it? Well, let's give you some more. Next up, we got the Pitbull taking on James Park. Now, James Park is coming into this with maybe somewhat of a chip on his shoulder. He wants to prove that Pitbull is something of the past and that he is here, he is now, and will always be the here and now of IW, the heart and soul of iWrestling. But first, he's got to get through Pitbull. And this was a knockdown, drag-out affair. I've never seen so many non-wrestling holds. And that's not a bad thing. These are fists flying. These are headbutts going. And the match was great. It was excellent. From pillar to post, turnbuckle to turnbuckle. Neither man wanting to give up. Pitbull did seem to get the upper hand for a second, but James Park, very smart Irish bastard, he gave the little nod. Here comes the wealth. The wealth comes out and proceed to beat down on Pitbull. But it didn't take long, did it, Tomas?
No.
Because where the wealth goes, the black and blue crew go.
Pitbull is a crafty bastard himself, and the black and blue guys seen what was happening to their buddy, and then they hit the ring like a fucking drag racer, bro, and everything is pandemonium up from there.
It was indeed a Pier 6 brawl, so much to the fact that there were 3 officials plus security guards to pull them all apart. This match ended in a double disqualification, and Tomas, this match is far from over. This is far from over. This settled nothing. This settled absolutely nothing.
But you gotta say that James Park and Pitbull ain't done. Because James Park is hell bent and beating the holy piss out of Pitbull, and vice versa, man. And these two teams, something's got to give, man.
I really don't think that James Park will rest until he gets what he wants.
No,
and that's a defeat, if not more, over Pitbull. James Park,
relentless.
He's a machine. He's an animal right now.
And things can only escalate from the wealth and the black and blue crew. And now we've hit the double main event of the evening. We have a match that Dark and Graves dreamed of. Rematch against the awesome one, Thomas Austin, taking on the unholy killing icon, Dark and Graves. And what can I say? This match was just fucking batshit crazy. It was craziness. Thomas Austin gets the upper hand really, very quick against Dark and Graves. But a mysterious Dark and Graves eventually gets the upper hand as well, but he gets distracted by something happening in the Titantron, and it was a mysterious person.
Who?
I don't know. It was some guy broke into his house and steals his dog, Shorty, which distracts Graves, and Graves is naturally pissed off.
Oh my God.
Which gives Austin the much time that he needed to hit a hellacious awesome bomb that gets the 1, 2, 3, and Thomas Austin rolls out of there and scarpers off, which leaves Dark and Graves extremely pissed off. And you need to wonder who would steal his beloved dog, and who could it be? Baloney, or someone else who I guess we'll find out, man. But
let me say this: this was a good match for a 4-star match.
Oh yeah, it was a fantastic match.
But to steal a man's dog, look, I've seen Darkins. He's posted videos of him with that dog. That
Oh,
dog
yeah.
that dog is in the 4 stages of congestive heart failure. And for somebody to steal that dog, just to even come up with something like that, is you got to be a sick individual to even dream up something like that.
Yeah, but like it's a cutthroat business, man. As you know, and any person
Jesus.
would
Don't get me
take
wrong.
take
I'm
any
no,
opportunity.
I'm no Dark and Grace fan. I think the guy's sick in the head. But I mean, to steal a man's dying dog, Jesus Christ, what's the world coming to?
Yeah, it was pretty low down, but you best believe Dark and Graves will be hell bent and looking revenge. But regardless, it was a fantastic match.
As
4
soon
stars.
as soon as the show's over with, I'm heading out the back door because I don't want to be in the arena when Dark and Graves is in it.
Oh hell no! I'm gonna scarp her out of there too, man. Yes, sir.
It's time for the double half of the main event. And it pits the loaded gun, the red hot loaded gun, the man that nobody wants to mess with, the man that no one will step up to, but one man did. T-Bone Boudreaux from the Bayou.
One half of the Southern Justice.
One half of the World Tag Team Champion, Southern Justice. And, T-Bone gave it a valiant effort. He gave it his all. But, Chad Bartlett, like I said last week, Tomas, Chad Bartlett's pretty much unstoppable right now.
Yeah, but them country boys, man, they're corn-fed strong.
He gave Chad a whooping, but Chad hit a Nagasaki 1945 that would make Vladimir Putin blush. And he comes away with the 1, 2, 3, but that's not all.
Oh,
as if we haven't seen crazy things enough already tonight. We've seen a man steal a dog. We've seen a man get hit with brass knucks. We've seen this. We've seen that. We see Professor Nick Harrison, who is on commentary, the World Heavyweight Champion, sliding up underneath the ring, nailing the loaded gun with the championship belt. As if that weren't bad enough. Nick Harrison calling for his camera crew to come down. Can you believe it or not, in IW, Nick Harrison shot a TikTok video in the middle of the ring. He picked up Chad Bartlett and put him on his knee, almost as if he were a ventriloquist dummy. As the instrumental to Let the Bodies Hit the Floor fills the American Airlines Arena, as Professor Nick Harrison has his hands on Chad Bartlett's lips, mouthing and lip singing with him, making a TikTok video of Let the Bodies Hit the Floor, a duet, so to speak,
yes,
with the loaded gun and Nick Harrison. And Nick Harrison leaves Chad Bartlett in the middle of the ring, laughing his ass off all the way up to the ramp. And can you believe he did this? Can you believe Professor? I know Professor's been batshit crazy for the last couple weeks. He's let that talent go to his head, but can you believe he's done this to the loaded gun?
Oh, the Professor letting Chad know that he is the IW World Heavyweight Champion and showing it, man.
What? You got to be kidding me. He does. All right, we talk about IW exclusive all the time. This is an IW exclusive. The loaded gun, Chad Bartlett, is waiting in the back. He wants to talk, and he said, put him on camera right now.
Oh, shit.
I have to oblige. Let's go to the loaded gun.
No, where the fuck is he? Where is that TikTok twat waffle? No, get him back here. Okay. All right. Okay, well, maybe I gotta come for you, Nick. Maybe I gotta show up at your hotel, kicking the fucking door while you're doing some stupid-ass fucking Fortnite dance on TikTok. I just saw your video. Yeah, you jumped me, lay me out with a fucking belt, and then you made a TikTok video? Okay. Yeah, well, you can't hold your composure. You lost your soul tonight. You sold out. You sold out IW. You sold out professional wrestling for your stupid fucking TikTok career. And you know what you also lost? That gold that you hold, baby. Because now I've got it on my mind. You just implanted it into my fucking brain. And now it's all I'm fucking thinking about, Nick. You were supposed to be the hero. These people fucking believed in you. I was stupid enough to have my back turned to you. Because I thought you were a man. If something was going to go down between me and you, it would have been man to man, eye to eye, mano a mano. But you are a snake in the grass. So when Thomas Austin bit the head off of that snake, it was a fine representation. But evidently, he didn't finish the job. I will. Rocky T didn't finish you. I will. The loaded gun is done playing with these games. I don't care how anybody out there in the crowd or in the back feels about what I'm about to do to you. I don't even need an official match for the fucking belt. Really, Nick? I will take it. I don't have to even earn it at this point. Like the cheap shot that you took on me, I will take everything you love from you. Remember this. Remember the choice that you made. Understand that this is all on your fucking shoulders. You ego-maniacal maniac. You've gotten too big for the situation that you're in, and you have made a bad fucking decision. Now, I got a White Claw right here, actually, to take care of this splitting headache that you left me with. But after I'm done enjoying this beverage, there's going to be one mission. And that mission for me is to destroy everything about you, Nick. TikTok can't protect you from real life. And the loaded gun is as real as it fucking gets.
Jesus Christ. I think that's the most pissed off I ever seen Chad Bartlett, man. Jesus Christ.
Tomas, you got a Xanax?
No, sorry. I don't. Bro, but fuck, you need one after that. Some stern, well, more than stern words, man. Yeah. I say like the professor touched a nerve or two. And yeah, that's a very focused and dangerous Chad Bartlett I've ever seen one, man.
I gotta say something. This is not my place to say it because I'm no wrestler. But Professor Nick Harrison, you have fame and fortune. Why would you want to take a chance on losing it all at the hands of Chad Bartlett? He's a monster.
I guess he wanted
That's
the
all
best.
I gotta say.
I guess he wanted the best out of Chad. Well, he certainly is gonna get it.
Goodness, what a match that's going to be when those two finally lock arms.
Man, that's going to be hell on earth, bro.
So what do we take away from this week, Tomas? We take away the fact that Dark and Grays finally has both belts with him now.
Yes, the Unfiltered Animal is lost the North American Championship to Joshua McLean.
Frankie
P assisting
DCE.
DCE, yeah, man, that's
still a shocker.
And we have like the Redemption hospitalized now in sort of stable condition, but the Wealth and Invictus both holding half the contract, so who knows what's going to happen there. And just Ricky Sabbath winning the Battle Royale for the hardcore, having a shot in the hardcore championship. And
Southern Heart
beating Hella Undead. And we also have
Anarchy,
man. Chicago Savage joining Anarchy, man.
No disrespect to Anarchy, it's just so much happened tonight. I mean, Tomas, I thought we were going to get the answers to all the questions, but in reality,
they keep changing the questions, bro.
Well, the answers have become questions themselves.
Yes, they have, and not to mention, like we have that peer brawl between the Black and Blue crew and the Wealth. Which
will you be quiet, Sharon? I am not talking too loud. Get back to work. That's not what you're getting paid for. I'm sorry.
Yeah, which you haven't seen the last of, as both teams' tensions are rising. So another exciting day for results show, man.
Another exciting week, another exciting day, and give us a year, me and you are going to need coronaries.
Fuck. Or I would have gray hairs, bro. Silver fuck.
Any last words before I close this out, Tomas?
Just keep her easy, keep her tight. Just enjoy the good wrestling, bro. And good night from us.
On behalf of my good friend Tomas Devlin, my name is The Mark, Matt Graves, and I'm going to go try to do some breathing exercises. We'll see you next week.